So let's take a look at how to read XML file in Kotlin programming language. So first thing, I have this node.xml file that I'm going to read and going to output on console as it is. Note that I'm not going to individually parse those nodes within the XML file. Okay, so I'm just going to read it as any other normal text file. I'm going to output that on console. If this is what you are looking for, then keep watching the video. Okay, so first thing, I'm navigating my console to that specific directory where I have this node file. Also I have one hello.kt file, and I have opened Visual Studio Code where I have opened the file. So this .kt file is for Kotlin file format extension. Now first thing is we import java.io.file. Now before you import this, make sure that you have Kotlin and Java installed. Simply type in Kotlin C, then dash help to check whether you have Kotlin installed on the system. If you get command line options like this, then you have Kotlin installed. Now let me clear the buffer. Now here what I'm going to do is, after importing java.io file, I'm going to write main function where I have this array of strings. Now inside this I'm going to have this try and catch block. Within try block I'm going to write one file name and point to node.xml. This is the same file in folder where I have hello.kt, so I don't have to go through path. Okay, now next is creating lines variable, which is basically a list of string, and here I'm going to read the file, okay, and read it one line at a time. Okay, so be it some text file or XML file, I can use it in the path here. Okay, now lines here for each, and within curly bracket line, and then println line. Okay, this is for our try block, and in catch block I'm going to catch the exception. Okay, next thing is to print stack trace. Okay, and finally you can comment things like println. Okay, so I'm just going to print one underscore. You can print something like, let's say, read XML completed. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. Okay, now what we can do here is we can open command prompt, and here I'm going to type in Kotlin C, then hello.kt, then include dash runtime, then dash t, then hello.jar. If there are any errors in our program, then our command prompt should show us the error. If there are none, then we can get blank prompt so that we can execute our jar file. Now here you can see it has pointed few errors, something like there are things that are missing. So we'll take a look at what are those things that are missing. Okay, so it says variable lines must be initialized. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So variable file name right here, then value lines. So let's, now here you can see I have made one change. Instead of val lines, I change that to var lines. Now I can execute my Java code with java-jar hello.jar. And as you can see, it has managed to read my XML file and it is printing out line by line up to the end, and at the end you can see read XML completed is the finally blocks message. Okay, if you can get this try and finally blocked without any error from catch block, that means you have managed to read XML file as any other text file in Kotlin. Okay, for reading one node at a time and passing, you need to make use of XML parser class in Java. So you have to check other tutorial for that.